Whoa! Whew! Good thing I know how to bail. I'm Biff Hutchison, and today I'm going to teach you how to get out of a sticky situation safely as possible. Now, it may seem kind of counterintuitive at first, but it is a good idea to practice bailing. Now, you can't always practice bails, and it's not always fun, but you can always think of how you might need to get out of tricks. When I'm learning a hard trick, I like to think of how it might go wrong, and when it does go wrong, how I might get out of it. The number one thing you're going to want to learn is to know when to bail. And pretty much you're going to want to bail whenever things are feeling weird, whenever you think you might slip out. When things are coming in a little wonky, it's usually safer to bail than to stay on the pogo stick. A good thing to think about is, since most pogo bails are going to be directly up and down, most of the time on hard ground, you're going to want to land on your toes the most you can. When you're landing on your heels, one, you're going to get heel bruised, then you're out for a week. That sucks. Two, that's a lot of stress into your ankle joint, into your knees, that could be avoided if you land on your toes. My goal every time I bail or even do front flip, back flip dismounts is I try to land on my toes and not let my heels touch the ground. Absorb all the energy with your calf muscles and your leg muscles. It's going to save your joints a lot of pain and suffering down the road. A really important thing to look for when you think you might be bailing is a dangerous angle. Now, pogo sticks, like I mentioned before, don't handle angles very well. So if you think you're coming in a little steep, you probably are, and it's best to take your feet off, take the bail, and redo the clip. Another thing I like to say is, when you're bailing, you have to be really quick to be really calm. If you stiffen up and you lock out your arms, that's how you break your wrists, that's how you break your elbows. You want to stay loose, you want to try and make your bails fluid, and the more you practice bailing, the better you're going to be at it. So there's really two ways to bail. There's bailing with the stick, and there's bailing without the stick. When you're bailing with the stick, it's important to note where the stick is in the air. On the basic tricks, the stick's going to remain vertical. If you need to get the stick out of the way, I suggest you throw the stick to the side as opposed to throwing it forwards. When you throw it forwards, you might run into hitting the shaft or the piston into your body. If you throw it to the side, make sure it's out of the way, then kind of relax, look at the ground, see the ground coming up to you, absorb the impact the best you can. If you do need to throw the stick, I suggest if you're going forwards, throw the stick to the side. If you're bailing to the sides, throw the stick to the side you're not bailing. If you're falling right, throw the stick left. If you're falling left, throw the stick right. One of the most dangerous things you're going to want to avoid is landing on top of the stick. The stick is covered in round surfaces that love to break and sprain ankles. So if the stick is underneath you and you're bailing, stay aware of that. You'll probably need to make a quick adjustment, moving your feet to the side, straddling the stick. Whatever you do, avoid landing on the pogo stick at all costs. You're not always going to be stationary when you're bailing. Sometimes you're going to need to bail moving forwards, moving backs, moving side to side. And this can be easier in a lot of ways because you can roll out of it or kind of run it off. Something to keep in the back of your mind is doing a somersault or a tuck and roll out of a fast forward bounce. If you do find yourself bouncing forwards, it can get dangerous pretty quickly. You could be facing a slip out, you could just get out of control. Sometimes it's a good idea to just let go of the stick and roll out of it. It's pretty easy. On the crazy bounce, you're going to want to push the stick out to the side, get it away from you as fast as you can so you have the most time to see where you're going to land. Once you land on your toes, tuck down into your arm, over your shoulder, do your standard ninja roll. Things are going to be fine. Alright, well there you go. Those are some tips on how to bail out of basic maneuvers and basic movement. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more awesome tutorials. Leave a comment on what you'd like to see next. Until next time, fall safely.